Hello, my beautiful Capricorn. How are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca, darling, and today we're going to be getting into your weekly messages for July 2021. So if you find any cards that resonate with you, Capricorn, in this reading, or as I like to say, if you have an aha moment when it comes with the cards, let me know in the comments below your aha moments, and yeah, that's how I keep up with y'all. Also, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, Capricorn, or you just enjoy my vibe, honey, I would really appreciate it, Capricorn, if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, and I always am super appreciative of it when you guys take that extra step to do that for me. It does help me out a lot. But remember, Capricorn, put it in perspective. I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the tarot cards that resonate, honey, and leave what doesn't, because I'm not going to be offended by it whatsoever, I promise you. I believe the cards are just here to give you some food for thought, a perspective for you to consider, but never making the choices in your life. So with all that being said, Capricorn, let's just jump into your reading today, darling. Let's see what messages we have going on. All right, so starting out this energy for you, Capricorn, we have the Eight of Wands. So Eight of Wands represents movement, very fast movement coming in for you, Capricorn. So I feel like there might be this sense of feeling a little bit overwhelmed right now, potentially, depending on how you Capricorns handle stress. I actually don't really know any Capricorns, I don't think. So I'm not quite sure how you guys handle stress. Let me know. I don't have any Capricorn friends, I don't think. Yeah, and I don't have Capricorn in my chart either. Anyways, darling, this doesn't matter. This is about you. Eight of Wands represents this sense of fast movement, this sense of a lot of things that you could potentially grab at. I always like to use the example of like in those old like 90s game shows of where like they would put people in like this little like little tube or whatever, and there's just like cash there, and like once they start the fans and just grabbing the money or whatever. I kind of see the Eight of Wands as this energy where it's just like a lot of different things that you could grab at right now. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts that you could handle, and it's kind of like figuring out where it is that you fit in, where it is like, you know, figuring out what wand is like for you, essentially, right? The money example is kind of a bad one because it's like, honey, $100 bill is $100 bill, honey. It's like, I don't care what kind of dollar bill it is. That kind of dollar bill is just mine. Doesn't matter what it looks like, right? Whereas the Eight of Wands is a little bit more nuance to it. So let's get some clarifiers for this, Capricorn. Let's see here. So we have coming in the Ace of Cups coming in. Okay. We have the Hermit card. All right. And then we have the Queen of Swords. All right, Capricorn. So this is a situation. Good cards. Very good cards. But it's this sense here of where I feel like you guys gotta have to go it alone a little bit, and take that in whatever way that looks like to you. I do feel as if there's this sense where whatever work it is that you do, I feel like, I don't want to use the word isolating, but maybe that's, I guess, partially what it is that you are doing, Capricorn, of where you're kind of just keeping to yourself. You're minding your own business, essentially, right now. You're minding your own business, trying to figure out your own flow, trying to do your own hustle. And I feel like this is the perfect thing for you to be doing right now, Capricorn. Not only is minding your business completely free, which I wish and more people knew about, right? Because it doesn't seem like enough people practice it when it is free. But you guys are just doing your own things in your own world. And I like this a lot because it's showing to me, you know, while you guys are in your own world, figuring things out, right? Because I do feel like this is a sense to Capricorn where you guys are just figuring out your life currently. Not to say, Capricorn, that you don't already have a good sense of where your life is, right? I don't know y'all's business like that. But, you know, it's kind of like doing like your whiteboard for the month. You're making your plans for how you're going to handle, like how the rest of your year is going to go, or, you know, whatever way, insert whatever way that looks like for you, Capricorn. Just overall, it seems like you're just about your own self and doing your own thing currently, which is, I like this a lot. And I like this a lot because I see this Ace of Cups coming in as the answer to this is like kind of like what happens because you mind your own business and start doing your own thing. This is what happens when, you know, you just focus on your own hustle, essentially, Capricorn, is this Ace of Cups. You know, I like to see the Ace of Cups initially as just like, you know, I'm all about just like personal stuff. So it's like I see this as like your heart chakra opening up in, you know, really you being in your element and being extremely happy, just in this like creator's bliss. essentially, and just in, you know, being able to just do your own thing. But I also see this as a sense of, you know, some tarot readers would associate this with just like new love coming in, new opportunities coming in, and they're not wrong whatsoever. But let's get some clarifiers on this, right? Let's see what this, let's expound on this a little bit more. Let's see here. So we have the World card in the reverse, the Five of Swords, as well as the Four of Cups in the reverse. So I'm going to hold these cards up in the upright just so you can see them, Capricorn. So this is coming in as a message of where it's almost like you guys are, how do I want to put this? This is a situation of where Capricorn, it's either you or like if this is involving other people, it's either you or someone around you that like you have part of your plans like wasn't cooperating initially. I see with the World card in the reverse with the Four of Cups, this is like someone being very resistant to like closing out a cycle and being like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I kind of feel like this is more so you, Capricorn, of where it's like similar to Virgo, in the sense like Virgos were really clinging onto like a past energy. They had this sense of obligation to something from the past, so they didn't want to transition forward. Even when they were transitioning forward into the new chapter, they were looking back. And I kind of see this in a different way for you, Capricorn, of where it's like you guys were kind of resistant into disengaging from something. Maybe you're kind of like waiting and being hopeful that this situation would just have a better turnout, develop into something nicer, right? Maybe it was kind of like the sense of being like, oh, well, what if we just like let this sit out for an hour, let this marinate for a while, and maybe it's gonna just improve and figure itself out. I don't think it's going to, but this Ace of Cups coming in here in the upright, being that these are the clarifiers, I do get the sense that while this is not panning out, right, I feel like this is kind of just this sense of where needing to just disconnect from this, but I feel like you're going to it's going to be a lot easier for you to disconnect from a certain facet of your life because of this Ace of Cups coming forward for you, right? Being attached to the Eight of Wands. And I feel like it's kind of like a answer to this Eight of Wands, that movement card, this, you know, trying to find your niche, essentially. Ace of Cups coming in, and where it's like super fulfilling, and you're like, all right, I found my groove, I can let go of this old situation now. It's kind of how I'm seeing this dynamic, Capricorn. I hope this makes sense. So now let's see how this week progresses for you, Capricorn. How does this week progress for my Capricorns this July? Starting this out, we have the Six of Swords coming in here, and now I am being told it is in the upright. So Six of Swords in the upright, so you guys are transitioning on. You guys are transitioning on, but you're definitely not happy about it at all, darling. Looking at these looking at these clarifiers, Capricorn, you're not happy about it, but you do make the hard choice. You do make the hard decision in transitioning on. It's almost the sense I'm hearing like a bittersweetness, but there's still this weird, it's like this bittersweetness, like almost in a sense of, only way I can kind of compare this emotion to is where it's just like you're moving away from home to college, right? You're moving away from your home base into something new entirely. Strength card coming in with this Nine of Swords as well. This lets me know where it's just like, it's a lot for you, right? Super anxious during this journey, during this transitional journey. It's, you know, you're really in your head, Capricorn. I almost feel like the sense of not really either trusting yourself or trusting other energies, whatever that looks like for you. Page of Cups, though, this comes in as the sense of where it's like, you know, it's one of those things of like, y'all know I like to use analogies, and hopefully they make sense for you guys, Capricorn, because this is just how my brain like connects with things. And it's like, you know, when you drop your kid off, as if everyone has a kid, like it's the scene of like where you drop your kid off first day of school, and like they were just crying up until the moment of the first like 5 minutes in. They're crying because they're just like, oh, I want my parents, I want to go home, whatever. And then you just wait and you look, and he's like, they start like opening up, you know, they start warming up to being in the class, and they're actually super happy. They make a friend, right? And then they really enjoy school. That's what this Page of Cups is representing, where it's like you make that friend, and like the more that you enmesh yourself in this discomfort, even though while you are crying and bawling, honey, like in a little bit, you're going to actually be really happy that you're there. So while it's like you're going to be crying in the car, honey, you're going to be crying in the car, you're going to be crying when you get into class, honey, soon, like not shortly after, rather, you start warming up to the idea of it and you start being really happy about it, is how I see it. So so ridiculous. My readings probably make no sense to people with my analogies, but that's just how I feel like this is the best way to represent the messages. And yeah, Emperor card closing out to that energies, Capricorn. You're going to find your groove very soon. You're definitely going to be finding your groove very soon. This discomfort's really not going to be for very long, but I do get this sense that you do need to have movement. Essentially, Capricorn, you need to have movement, and you need to look into transitioning into just overall new energies, because that is the thing, right? You started out with this Queen of Swords, Hermit card energy, really reclused off energy, kind of isolating yourself and keeping to your own business, doing your own craft. And I feel like, you know, with the Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, and all this is all just like new energy, right? Especially because you're leaving old situations with that Six of Swords, right? Four of Cups with the World card in the reverse. This shows to me like cycles that are long overdue to have ended, you know, very much so like an expired relationship, platonic or romantic, whatever that looks like for you, of course, Capricorn. And so I see you guys just needing to take that transition. And yeah, let's get into some spirit guide messages for you, Capricorn. What messages do your spirit guides have for you for July? Let's see here. A win-win outcome is in forecast for you. Full moon in Libra. So quite literally, Capricorn, I mean, you can't get a better message than this, right? This is letting me know, well, quite literally letting you know as well, of where it's just like, there's no way that you're not going to be happy with the decisions that you make, Capricorn. So get out of your head. You know, with that Nine of Swords, this is very much so anxiety card. You know, sometimes you might be wondering if you made the right choices and really questioning yourself, and having like those weak moments. It's okay to have weak moments, Capricorn, but don't backtrack, right? Remind yourself that you have a win-win outcome in forecast for you. Like, that's like, you know, the Star card coming in, darling. This is the wish fulfillment card. Look up the meaning of the card of the star. Yeah, it's wish fulfillment. This is all just reading, Capricorn, that you just are extremely happy with the choices that you end up making. The Star card does also represent like an emotional cleanse of sorts. So it's like really giving this emphasis, Capricorn, where I am going to be willing to bet that this week is going to be an extremely emotional week for you guys, but not necessarily in a bad way. It's just like very, you know, the Star also represents healing for you guys as well, because Nine of Wands, Seven of Swords coming in here feels like to me, Capricorn, like you guys doubted yourself in some type of aspect, where it's like you never, how would we put in? It's like you never actually thought that this could be part of your storyline, that you could personally handle this, right? Because Nine of Wands, again, is this solo energy, finding your own power. Seven of Swords coming in here, it's like, yeah, it just feels like you were doubting yourself, Capricorn, and I feel like this doubt is going to be resolved this week for you. You're going to really learn a lot more about yourself, and I feel like you just learned a little bit more about yourself through just blessings and opportunities being brought to you. It's not, well, yes, you still have to do some hard work, obviously, Capricorn, but this comes in as a very good heads up, Capricorn, that, you know, you have some good news on the way that helps make you be like being, you know, it'd be no different than being, say, like, if I were like a Capricorn, right, I would, you know, doing tarot readings, and then I have a video take off, right? And then I'd be like, oh, wow, maybe I do have something that I can do, right? Maybe I am onto something. It's in that sense. It's in that vein for you, where it's like something takes off and like is rewarding for you, and you're just like, oh, I can actually do this. And funnily enough, the Fool card coming in here, just as I mentioned with Virgo, and how I was talking about, it was kind of similar in a way with Virgo, where they were going into this new chapter, they're looking back. You're starting this new chapter completely with yourself. And I feel like you're not, like, the thing that's making you different from Virgo, among other things, obviously, is that you're not looking back at all. Capricorn, you're not looking back at all, because once you actually realize that there's something here for you to hone in on, you're going to just be clinging onto it. You're going to be grabbing at it, and you're not going to be letting it go. And I don't think you should, Capricorn. So yeah, let's close off this reading now, darling, with a quote, or not a quote, a positive affirming card for y'all to take for the rest of this week. There's a stream of love supporting your dreams, Capricorn. What a beautiful card to be having, especially since you guys are going out on your own and doing this sense of like following through with your own thoughts and feelings on stuff rather than what's in regards to others, you know, going against the grain, going against the popular opinion, the popular perception. So having this card here saying that there's a stream of love supporting your dreams, that you do actually have a support system, Capricorn, that while yes, you may be alone and feeling alone, but you're not truly alone. You actually have people rooting for you, even if it's your guides. Like, you do have a support system, Capricorn. Never forget that. So yeah, darlings, that is the reading that I have for you this week for July 2021, Capricorn. If you enjoyed this reading, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, Capricorn. And then also, honey, I do weekly tarot readings for all the zodiac signs. So if you have a friend that's into tarot, let them know. Send them a video of their zodiac, and maybe they'll find a message that resonates with them. Capricorn, I do personal private readings as well. My website's linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, next to my social medias. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram is all just SimplyVelca. But yeah, until next time, Capricorn, I love you so much. Bye.